What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Tyson the Gypsy King Fury, Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder, and Eddie Hearn. Get this. The Fury versus Wilder 3 ticket sales were disastrous for July, says Eddie Hearn. Article by Charles Brunn. Eddie Hearn admits that he knew the July 24th fight between Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder would need to be postponed after he saw the disastrous ticket sales for the trilogy fight in Las Vegas. Wow. The entire Fury-Wilder 3 fight card has been postponed until earlier October. The official reason for the postponement of the July 24th date is Fury coming down with COVID-19. But there are rumors that he is not sick at all. Obviously, the timing of Fury getting COVID-19 is convenient. You've got a fight card that's not selling tickets, according to Hearn. And then out of the blue, Fury and several members of his team become ill. Low ticket sales for Fury Wilder 3, Hearn revealed to the DAZN boxing show that only 25 to 30% of the ticket sales have been sold for the Fury Wilder 3 card, which was dreadful numbers for a fight of that magnitude. So there was no broadcaster in the UK also. You know he has a contract with BT. They never announced the fight, said Hearn to the DAZN boxing show on Fury versus Wilder 3, the fight that had been scheduled for July 24th. They sold no tickets. Basically, you could go online and check, said Eddie Hearn to the DAZN boxing show. I don't know whether it was 25 or 30% of the tickets have been sold, but that's disastrous. There's no hype. This was going to do very, very poor pay-per-view numbers-wise, said Hearn on the Fury versus Wilder 3 rematch. Wow. Let me counterpunch, okay? First, we have to understand and separate opinion from fact, okay? That's the best way we weed out any bias in all this, right? So, what is a fact? A fact is what you can check. A facts are the numbers. And you check the numbers. There were about 32% of those tickets sold. Now, you have to take into account, I think today's the 13th. What's the day? The day is Tuesday the 13th. All right, that's 2 weeks from now. We found out about the cancellation maybe on the 11th, the 10th, I think. But to the 10th to the 24th, that only leaves 14 days, right? Or 15 days. That's 2 weeks. And they've only sold 25 to 30% of the tickets, which was 32%. That's a fact. So you can't say that Eddie Hearn, he's a liar because he's on DAZN. He's the DAZN man. So, of course, he's going to talk against pay-per-view. Yeah. We could see the potential of him doing that because he is the opposite side. It's like Leonard Ellaby saying the DAZN numbers suck and all that. I get it. But if you look on the website to get a ticket, you'll see there was a lot of tickets available. Okay. And the fight card itself, I think, was lit. You had Joe Joyce, you had Efe Ajagba, you had Frank Sanchez. Of course, you had the trilogy fight between Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder. And also, what else is fact versus opinion? What else is opinion? It was going to do very, very poor. That is somewhat of an opinion, but he said based on the sales that they already have, which it looked like, it looked like it was going to do terrible. So we have to keep it real because, we didn't get to the day yet. All right. So somebody might have had a interest in buying the fight of that magnitude, but understand it was nothing like when Anthony Joshua was going to fight Jarrell Miller, right? Nothing was sold out, versus what Bob Arum said a couple months, like a month ago, saying, "Oh, the ticket sales are doing very, very well," which that was a lie because it is not. Because obviously, if it got to this point this month, this is the month of the fight, right? And you only sold 30 some odd percent of the ticket sales, that's not good. 70 to 80 is very good. Okay, but not 30. Okay, that's terrible. Disastrous that's the word. Okay, and I want people to keep in mind also, which is also a fact of BT Sports, BT, Frank Warren's circuit, okay, that he promotes Tyson Fury on the UK end, on the European end, and they had no type of interest whatsoever by marketing this particular fight, which I thought that was very strange because I'm like, okay, Tyson Fury, you make a damn statue of Tyson Fury dropping Deontay Wilder, right? But then yet BT doesn't even pick this fight up. You don't have any type of advertisement, no commercials, nothing that shows you like, hey, this fight's happening. So that's crazy. You know what I mean? That just shows a lot about that. I don't know if that's geared towards Fury or whatever. They're disinterest in Fury for not having the undisputed fight. That might have been what it was. But I mean, the networks still have to do their job if he is still signed with BT Sports, you know? So, but for them to say they don't have any advertisements, I'm not sure. I think that's opinion because I haven't, I'm not in the UK, so I don't see what they got over there. Right? So you got to keep it real. So we don't know if that's the case. But I can tell you this. My counterpunch on Tyson Fury versus Deontay Wilder, it comes down to this. Two factors, okay? For one, you still have the pandemic of people that can't travel. I know that is a fact. And one thing about the UK fans, they support the fighter, okay? Because you remember the first fight and the second fight. They were over in droves. The Ricky Hatton fight, over in droves, okay? They support their fighter. So they can't come. So that's a whole different market of ticket sales that won't be sold because of that reason, okay? Because they can't come, they can't make it because they're not allowed to leave the country due to lockdown, okay? That's a fact. So that's in the fact category, okay? And then also, something I want to leave you guys with when you're talking about promoting the fight. It did not help either Deontay Wilder not saying anything in that press conference. And I'm saying that because he was chuckling or boast about, hey, well, Tyson Fury has to promote this fight. And I know Wilder didn't care about how the ticket sales went on this fight. He didn't, because his motive is totally different from sales. I get it. So for you Wilder fans, shut up, right? I understand. But the thing is, it hurts it because people don't find the interest in no buildup. When they seen him put the headphones on and stuff like that, they seen disinterest in him. Okay, they don't care about how you're feeling or whatever. They care about why aren't you showing your interest in a back and forth verbal assault on Tyson Fury, on how you want to destroy him, how you want to do him, how he did you. Why did you lose the second fight? Because that's basically everything they based it off of. The accusations is based on why he lost. So none of that came up because that was a big, huge elephant in the room that was never pointed out. And I think that's a reason for the poor ticket sales, because when you start going in there and putting headphones on and glasses on like a little schoolgirl and you're doing shit like that, that people are not really even interested in the fight. So maybe, just maybe, okay, the fight was postponed due to poor ticket sales. And it is very convenient. I don't know about too convenient, but it is very convenient that the fight would be called off due to COVID, and the people that's supposed to caught COVID were at a live event like Joseph Parker. Okay, so, but then again, you can't name that as a fact because you can't prove that. Okay, so again, that's in the opinion category. All right, but it does make it seem rather strange that the ticket sales are down, then all of a sudden they want to postpone the fight, on top of Tyson Fury supposed to be getting slapped around by Efe Ajagba and Jared Anderson. You know what I mean? And he has the scars to prove it. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, they were busting him up. So, did he need more time? You know, but look at it this way. Let's look at it this way to be fair. If Tyson Fury got beat up in sparring, got slapped around in sparring, on top of catching COVID, yeah, I would say he would have a very bad day, right? Because you wouldn't want to take that type of extreme content and full contact with sparring partners on top of getting sick. That's a no-brainer. Okay, he should postpone it. Now, do I agree with October? Hell no, that's too far away. But, postponing, yes, I would give it about a month. And, of course, we have other fights that are happening in August. But it is what it is. I just think it's interesting that the ticket sales are low and the fight is being postponed. But that's my counterpunch on it. You guys tell me what you think about these poor ticket sales. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.